want to just say a couple things up front if I can. First of all, the county executive and I are going to read a short statement. I will start, the county executive will follow. I want to just say up front that we're probably going to disappoint you in adding a whole lot more color to what we're going to say. Not that that's deliberate in any way, it's just there's an awful lot that we just don't know. So if you could please understand that and bear with us. In addition to County Executive Jim Tedesco, we have from the State Police Major Brian Polite, Major Mike Devlin, Captain Sal Ingwe. We have our Education Commissioner, I believe, Dr. Lamont Repollet, Principal Tom LeBouy from the school, LeBou, Superintendent Dr. Michelle Robinson for Paramus Superintendent, Councilwoman Holly Tedesco, Deputy Chief Robert Guidetti, Senator Joe Lagana. Is Chief Ehrenberg here with us or not? He's coming. Chief Ehrenberg is coming. And I just got off the phone with Mayor LaBarbiera. The First Lady is here. He is at one of the hospitals with the family, wanted to be here, but he's in a place that he should be. I stand here as both the governor as well and somebody who knows the community in Paramus very well. But I'm also here as a dad. And you have days like this. My late dad used to say, man proposes and God disposes as it relates to our plans. And this is as tragic and as stark an example as any of us can imagine. And so our thoughts and prayers are with the families, the teachers, the counselors, the staff, the extraordinary first responders who in many cases in the Paramus family were at the scene of this awful accident, knowing in some cases their kids. The county executive, who was an extraordinary leader, wears many other hats in his career as a former mayor of Paramus. This is not abstract in any way to him and so many up here. Also former fire chief, so he himself is a first responder. So it is with a heavy heart that we stand before you. Earlier this morning, 3 buses from the Paramus Board of Education carrying 5th graders from Eastbrook Middle School was en route to Waterloo Village in Stanhope, New Jersey on a class trip. At 10:21 hours, one of the buses was involved in a serious motor vehicle crash involving a dump truck near exit 25 on Interstate 80 westbound in Mount Olive, New Jersey. There were 38 students and 7 adults on the bus, including the driver. A total of 43 people of that 45 were injured and transported to area hospitals for treatment. We know that 21 patients are at Morristown Medical Center, 10 patients at Hackettstown Hospital, 3 patients at St. Clair's Dover, 4 patients at St. Clair's Denville, 3 patients at UMDNJ Newark, and 2 patients at St. Joseph's in Patterson. Some patients are in critical condition and currently undergoing surgery, so please keep everybody in your prayers. I'll repeat this one more time, although this is going to be released. 21 patients at Morristown Medical, 10 patients at Hackettstown Hospital, 3 patients at St. Clair's Dover, 4 patients at St. Clair's Denville, 3 patients at UMDNJ Newark, and 2 patients at St. Joseph's in Patterson. There are 2 confirmed fatalities, God rest their souls, 1 adult and 1 student. Again, 2 confirmed fatalities, 1 adult and 1 student. We are not releasing any information regarding the fatalities at this time. And at that moment, I'd like to ask County Executive Jim Tedesco to come on in and say a few more words here.
Thank you, Governor. Tough day here in Paramus. 65 years I lived in this town, and it's difficult to stand here today to talk about our education community suffering so deeply. But I have to tell you that this community is strong. This community has an outstanding leader in Mayor LaBarbiera, and we're going to continue to move forward, but also recognize and understand what happened to a teacher and a student today. They came this morning to educate, to learn, And the other students and teachers that were on that bus were here to take care of them. And as we stand here, our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to them as they recover in the hospital, as the governor said. This community has been strong. It will continue to be strong. It will come together and support the entire education community. The two remaining buses that were part of the convoy or the group of students have returned to the school, and the children have been reunited with their parents. Parents of the injured children are being transported to the respective hospitals by law enforcement or in their own vehicles. And to be reunited, you're reunited with their children. We will not be able to comment on the accident, the injuries, or the fatalities due to the fact that this is an ongoing investigation. All the questions regarding the investigation are to be directed to the New Jersey State Police and the Morris County Prosecutor's Office as they are conducting a joint investigation of the accident. A little bit about the future. Tomorrow, schools will be open, and crisis counselors will be present to assist the children and the staff. All evening activities are canceled for today and tomorrow. Aftercare will continue so that we can take care of families in need of that service. As the governor talked about, and some of you have already seen the horrific pictures, let me just take an opportunity to thank the men and women that responded as first responders. As somebody that's been a first responder for over 40 years, these are not the type of incidents you want to have to respond to. But it was their work, their effort, that helped minimize and save some of these students. So I want to thank all of the first responders that were out there today. And I want to say that our prayers and thoughts are with them, the parents of those that were injured, and those that are no longer with us. And make sure that when you leave here today, for those of you that have the loved ones, you go home and you say how much you love them and give them a kiss, because there are people that tonight are struggling to be able to do that, and in some cases, not able to. I thank you for coming here today. There'll be more information put out at a later date, and that's all we have for today. Thank you.